Good morning, filter in full effect. You already know this morning glory. Mm? Got to come. It comes with a little gory. Yeah. I have coffee and the Holy Ghost, and I just want to share quickly about desire and what our desires entail for us. Desire is a very good thing. Desire is something that God gives us. Without desire, I don't know if we would be able to love truly, especially in the most intimate ways. But godly desire leads to fruitfulness. And if our desires are not steeped, if they're not dipped, saturated in godly wisdom, or if we first don't begin at a if we don't begin at a place of wisdom where we are spending intimate time with the Lord, where we're gleaning from Him, where we're learning His wisdom, godly wisdom, um, then we're in no position to seek out the things that we desire. In Genesis 3, we saw humanity fall because of a desire, and they looked, Eve saw with her eyes, with her natural eyes, that the fruit was desirable and it could do something for her. Um, you have to be reminded that in that very moment, Eve was already in a good place. She was surrounded by goodness, she was surrounded by fruitfulness. And then all it took was for an enemy, somebody who was in opposition to God, to whisper sweet nothings in her ear. And so it was foolishness and not wisdom, because God had already given her all that she needed, and was going to continue um, with His divine wisdom to inspire her desires, to teach her how to be wise as well. And so the lies and the deceit of the enemy would say, you don't have something that you literally already possess. Because the kind of God that we serve, He's a God of wholeness and He's a God of fullness. That's what He gives us. And so if we're not even in completion, hence how I taught that the world was not created perfect, but it was created good, you got to believe that God, it's leading up to that. And that's everything about the life of the believer. We live in this world. We're not of this world. We have the sense that something greater is coming, something way more profound, something way more perfect than what something way more perfect than what we experience now. And it's enough for the believer. We literally hope and wait. That's the life of the believer. And so I just want to encourage you today. This is so exhaustive, this whole thing about desire, but just little nuggets that when we seek the wisdom of God, when we're in a place of intimacy with God, if we create in our world a garden, a place where God comes in the cool of the day, where He walks and talks with us and teaches us, and the scriptures are the greatest place for that, then we will glean and we will learn and we will acquire, we will have the wisdom of God. And then from that place, our desires are like channeled through the right paths, and you don't have to worry that they're going to be corrupted. And a key indication of good desire is the kind that helps everybody flourish. So desire is good. We believe that desire is good, but unholy desire, a desire that's not steeped in godly wisdom, becomes distorted desire, and it affects us. Um, just like we see in the fall of humanity, the relationship between humanity was affected, men and women. Adam and Eve, they were at odds with each other suddenly. There was a hierarchy suddenly, they were equal, but now it's going to be like, well, I'm the boss. No, I'm the boss. You know what I'm saying? And then the relationship with the rest of creation became distorted. And the earth, was cursed. And now what used to produce naturally and freely, we have thorns and weeds growing up in place of fruitfulness. And then obviously the relationship with God and humanity, it's broken. And so now we're in a broken relationship, and that's not good. That's obviously not the way God wanted it. And so you see that desire becomes something that's actually really, really important. Because, like I said, I think it's who we are. God gives us our desires, but because we have free will, we're free to desire what we want, right? We can do what we want. But God in the garden with humanity is showing them how to be productive, how to be wise about the things that we desire, what we're going to go after. What is the motive? Why do you want to go after this? So God is spending time with us. Remember, you always have to understand the context of where they were originally. So humanity's eyes were opened, right? They let a devil tell them what was and what was not, what's good and what's not good, after they were surrounded by only goodness. So now their eyes are open, and now for the first time, what God says is good is questionable. Is it good? I don't know. I think they realized immediately that perhaps God's ways were a little better than ours, because they notice that they're naked. They're like, I'm naked? Well, they've been naked. As much as I love a good filter, let me go cool my ear so I can just make a good video and uninterrupted, huh? I'm like, how come nothing inspirational is coming to me now when I'm like a little done up? You feel me? No, man. It's when I just wake up and my ear stays so, and it's like I hear the Lord saying, Lord, can't you talk to me?